A Game of Thrones prequel series, House of the Dragon, has 17 dragons. Some of them we saw in Season 1, some of them we'll see in Season 2 and some in the later seasons of the show. But the fact is, House of the Dragon will feature no less and no more than 17 dragons, confirmed by the showrunner Ryan Condall, and also by the creator of the Song of Ice and Fire world, George R. R. Martin. In this video we take a look at 7 biggest of these 17 dragons. We talk about their history, their writers, and of course about their fate, the role they're going to play in Season 2, as well as during the entire Dance of the Dragons. And ultimately we talk about their death. We'll rank dragons by their size, meaning that the first dragon we talk about is going to be the biggest. In House of the Dragon, the biggest dragon we see is Vagar, nearly as big as legendary Balerion. Also called the Queen of all dragons, Vagar is a she-dragon of House Targaryen. In the past, she was ridden by Queen Visenya Targaryen during Aegon's conquest. Other known riders of Vagar are Prince Baelon Targaryen, Lady Laena Velaryon, and the one who currently rides it, Prince Aemond Targaryen. Vagar was named for one of the gods of Old Valyria. In Season 1, she kills Dragon Erex and its rider Lucerys, marking the end of the War of Ravens and beginning the War of Fire and Blood. In Season 2, Vagar will see fighting in the Battle of Rook's Rest, where she and Aemond will fight Rhaenys Targaryen and her dragon Meleys. Which George R. R. Martin wrote would be a close fight if Aegon with his dragon Sunfire did not join. Ultimately, Vagar kills yet another Targaryen dragon and its dragon rider. In the later seasons, Aemond will take Vagar on a one-man war against Riverlands, burning much of it, causing more destruction than an entire army. Ultimately, it will require Daemon and Xerxes, the fiercest and most battle-experienced duo, to put a stop to Aemond and Vagar when they fight them in the battle above the God's Eye. The dragons will lock together, Xerxes' jaws closing around Vagar's neck, and Daemon will leap from his dragon to Vagar to put Dark Sister through Aemon's remaining eye, and the dragons will crash into the lake. The most epic fight from George R. R. Martin's Fire and Blood book. Vagar was 181 years old when she died. The second biggest dragon is Vermithor, called the Bronze Fury. He's a dragon that belongs to House Targaryen, and was once mount of King Jaehaerys I Targaryen. After the old king's death, Vermithor dwelled in the Dragonmont. By the time of the Dance of the Dragons, he's the second largest and second oldest dragon in Westeros. It's the dragon Daemon visited and sang to in Season 1. Almost 100 years old, Vermithor is a fearsome beast. In Season 2, Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen will bring many people with even little dragon blood in their veins to try and claim all riderless dragons to join her cause, and Vermithor will be one of the dragons who will be claimed. Vermithor will bend his neck to a blacksmith's bastard called Hugh Hammer. Hugh will ride Vermithor to a huge fight in the battle in the Gullet. Along with 4 other dragons, Vermithor will descend upon the 90 warships sailing under the banners of the 3 daughters. After his rider changes his allegiance, betraying Rhaenyra, Vermithor is no longer fighting for the Blacks. During the Second Battle of Tumbleton, Hugh Hammer is killed before he could mount Vermithor. Now riderless and enraged, Vermithor took flight. Sea smoke slammed into him from above. The 2 dragons rolled over the field, so entangled that neither was able to break free. Another dragon Tessarion joined the fight. The 3 dragons fought to the death. Vermithor killed Sea Smoke when he locked his teeth into the latter's neck and ripped off his head. He attempted to take flight with his prize still in his jaws, but his wings were tattered, resulting in his incapacity to endure the weight. After a moment, he collapsed and died. Third biggest dragon is the Cannibal, a wild dragon that lives on Dragonstone, black as skull with menacing green eyes. He's called the Cannibal because he feasts on dead dragons, attacks newborn dragons, and eats dragon eggs. The Cannibal's exact age has not yet been stated, but he's bigger than Sheepstealer, who was hatched when the old king was still young. Small folk of Dragonstone claims that the Cannibal lived there before Targaryens even came, which would make him the oldest dragon ever. Whatever the case, the Cannibal is the 3rd biggest dragon in House of the Dragon. In Season 2, when Prince Jaehaerys Velaryon calls for dragon riders on Rhaenyra's behalf, none of the dragon seeds are brave enough to disturb the Cannibal. However, when Silver Dennis tries to master Sheepstealer, the dragon bites off his arm and the Cannibal descends on them, driving off Sheepstealer and devouring Silver Dennis and his sons. The cannibal is one of the rare dragons that survived the Dance of the Dragons, but flies away from Westeros since there is no dragons or dragon eggs left for him to eat. His fate remains unknown. Silverwiing is a silvery she-dragon of House Targaryen. She is the fourth biggest dragon. In the past, she was ridden by Queen Alicent Targaryen, and in the House of the Dragon, she will be ridden by Ulf White, a dragon seed man-at-arms. Ulf will ride Silverwiing to battle in the Gullet, in which she alongside 4 other dragons descends upon 90 warships. Ulf will also ride Silverwiing into battle during the first battle at Tumbleton. Ulf is the second dragon seed alongside Hugh Hammer to change their allegiance, betraying Rhaenyra in favor of Aegon II Targaryen. During the second battle of Tumbleton, its rider Ulf slept through the battle, so Silverwiing took to the sky by itself. At one point, a crossbowman shot a bolt at the dragon. Silverwiing avoided further battle and instead circled the battlefield for hours, descending only again the next day. Silverwiing became riderless again when Ulf's vine was poisoned. Silverwiing is also one of the dragons to survive the Dance of the Dragons, becoming wild during Queen Rhaenyra's son's regency. Dreamfire is the 5th biggest dragon in House of the Dragon. She is a she-dragon, ridden last by Princess Rhaena Targaryen, and currently by Aegon's sister wife Queen Helaena Targaryen. She is a slender dragon, pale blue with silver markings coloration. For the entire duration of House of the Dragon, Dreamfire will remain chained in the Dragon Pit, which will at the end be her downfall when the people of King's Landing storm the pit. Out of the 4 dragons present, Dreamfire will be the only dragon able to break free of her chains when the mob breaks in to kill dragons. She will fly, circling the lit and attacking the men below, burning more than the other 3 combined. Eventually, one of her eyes is nicked by a crossbow bolt. Half blind and maddened, the Dreamfire will fly into the Dragon Pit's great dome above, which will crack on impact. Half of it comes tumbling down, crushing her and the Dragon Slayers under tons of broken stone and rubble. Sheepstealer is a wild male dragon during the Dance of the Dragons, with a taste for sheep meat. He lives at the back of Dragonmont, and hunts between Driftmark and Ventwater. The small folk of Dragonstone named him for an obvious reason. He steals their sheep to eat. In House of the Dragon, he was one of 3 wild dragons living on Dragonstone as Daemon mentioned on Black Council in Season 1, and we'll see him in Season 2. He's the 6th biggest dragon, well over 50 years old. Sheepstealer's coloring is described as an ugly mud brown. In Season 2, upon Prince Jacaerys calls for dragon seeds to try and claim riderless dragons, Sheepstealer kills and burns many candidates, until a girl named Nettles manages to tame the dragon by leaving a freshly killed sheep every morning for Sheepstealer, making the dragon to love her and eventually allow her to mount him. Along with Rhaenyra Targaryen's other dragon riders, Nettles and Sheepstealer will also take part in the Battle of the Gullet and the rapid capture of King's Landing. In the later seasons, Nettles and Sheepstealer will join Prince Daemon Targaryen and his dragon Caraxes in hunting Aemond Targaryen and Vagar. When Queen Rhaenyra names Nettles a traitor even though she isn't, Nettles leaves with Sheepstealer, and the 2 are last seen flying deeper into the mountains of the moon, their fates unknown. Caraxes is the 7th biggest dragon called the Bloodworm, a dragon ridden in the past by Prince Aemon Targaryen, and currently by Prince Daemon Targaryen. Caraxes is red, huge and lean. In battle, he's fearsome, formidable and experienced. More battle experience than any other dragon beside Vagar at the end of the Season 1. Caraxes is about half the size of Vagar, the oldest and largest dragon alive at current time, a fact that will not stop him to end Vagar. In Season 2, Daemon will take Harrenhal with Caraxes. In later seasons of House of the Dragon, on top of Caraxes, Daemon will challenge Aemond, Targaryen and Vagar at Harrenhal. All 4 are killed in the ensuing battle above the God's Eye. At the end of the fight, Vagar locks with Caraxes and they fall into the God's Eye. While in freefall, even as Vagar's claws opened up Caraxes' belly and used her teeth to tear off one of his wing arms, Caraxes locks his teeth onto the larger dragon's throat and tears it out. Vagar doesn't survive. While in freefall, just like his dragon, Daemon also kills his enemy Aemond by putting his sword through Aemond's remaining eye just before all 4 crash into the lake. Somehow Xerxes manages to live long enough to pull himself out of the water and onto the shore, even though his entrails are falling out and one of his limbs had been torn clean off. The dragon soon dies in front of the walls of Harrenhal. There you have it guys, 7 biggest dragons from House of the Dragon series. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one.